Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. Can you believe it is 2026? We are past all the holidays. We are past New Year's. And here we are into January. And we're well into January. We're almost a week into January. What is it? January 6th already? So we welcome you all for joining in. Today, we promised we're going to do Accuquilt every week. And here we are. So, so we're going to do some Accuquilt today. So we're glad you're all here, joining in. It's a cloudy day here in Pittsburgh. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I see everyone's from all over the place. Hi, Lois. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you guys are all here. Everything. We're getting caught up from the holidays and everything. So yes, Happy New Year to everyone. How many of you made it? How many of you made it to New Year's? I did not. I did not. I'm telling you what, I fell asleep probably 11:20, 11:30 and didn't see the ball drop or anything. I was out. So if anyone out there made it, I commend you. I commend you on making it clear to midnight. It's late it's late now to stay open or to stay awake that long and stuff. But so I put together some fun 2026 facts to share with you guys. I thought it'd be a little fun to go over a couple fun facts. These are some sewing related fun facts. Yeah, I did in bed. Yeah, ring in the new year asleep on your pillow. That's been good. So I did for the first time in years. See, that's great. I did, but it wasn't my decision. Yeah, if you had a house full or something, everyone was up. So, Melody, if you're waiting for, I'll have someone reach out to you today. If we can make a Melody's trying to get a hold of someone here so we can get back to you and stuff like that too. So, but 2026 fun facts. It's the year of the horse, symbolizing creativity, energy, and craftsmanship. So we're in the year of the horse. Some other fun facts is that quilting continues to boom and grow. There are more people sewing at home now than there has been in the last 55 years since the 1970s. There is more people sewing at home now than there's ever been. Over 70% of people, and I don't know why it's just 70, I think it should be 100%, prefer a homemade gift compared to something you'd buy in the store. So keep making those gifts for people. People really appreciate it. I think it's a nice way to give gifts is instead of making something from the heart rather than just going to the store and buying something. Another fun thing is pink. The color pink is one of the top colors for 2026. So if you can use pink in any way, go ahead and use it this year. They said bright, what's it say here? It's a year of joyful colors. The year of joyful colors. We all need a little joy in our lives. The average quilter owns 6 to 8 rulers, but many exceed that number by quite a bit. So look and see how many rulers you have. We all love gadgets and rulers and things like that. So that's 6 to 8 rulers is the average. So if you're an overachiever, that means you have more than that. And sewing reduces stress levels similar to meditation, okay? And it's a proven wellness activity. So keep on sewing. And then the peak sewing times for people to sew is, listen to this, this is late, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. are the peak hours of sewing, making late night sewing very popular. So if you are one of those people that's so late, I commend you. We have a joke around here that we do nothing new after 3 p.m. because our minds can't handle it. So if you're a late night sewer, I commend you. Many people sew through all the night stuff. And then the most popular hoarded item in your sewing room is the thread. That's the most popular hoarded item. So if you've got a lot of thread out there, don't worry, you're in the majority that it is the most hoarded sewing supply in America, followed closely by fabric, okay? Oh, here's another one. People who sew, now listen, people who sew are more likely to finish other goals because sewing builds patience and planning skills. So if you're a sewer out there, you're a step above the rest because you have planning skills and you can complete a project. And embroidery machines stitch faster and faster. They keep getting faster, but yet everyone still likes to sit and watch them sew. They're mesmerizing. So if you can just sit there and watch it sew, it's like relaxing to see your machine sew. And fabric buying, officially known as stash building, is considered a productive hobby. So if anyone out there has a problem with your fabric stash, tell them. It's a fact. It is a productive hobby. So that's a little fun facts for 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed, got a kick out of some of those. I sure did. So I'll be looking up more stuff to share with you guys and stuff too. So, but today is Accuquilt. So if anyone is unfamiliar with what Accuquilt is, it's right in the name. It's accurate. So it gives you accurate cut pieces for your sewing and quilting. And Accuquilt is really known. Can I get a list? Can I get a copy of this list? Oh my gosh, here. You know what? Before I won't throw it away because we'll post that somewhere. I'm gonna give it to you there. So yeah. Yeah, we'll post that list so you guys can have it too. So Accuquilt is known for the accuracy of cutting fabric pieces. It can be used for quilt blocks, but it can be also used for applique with embroidery. In today's show, we're going to kind of focus on the applique side of the Accuquilt stuff. We're going to show some other things too, but this is a really neat thing that Accuquilt has to offer is it can cut out different shapes of designs, but then the also thing that comes with it is that there's a free download on Accuquilt's website for you to get the embroidery design for any of their applique dies. So we're going to go through some of those. We're going to look on my computer how we go to their website and download those free embroidery designs. I think it's real important for us to show you that so you can get on there and really utilize your Accuquilt system and stuff like that. So we're going to look at more so the applique with embroidery today, and we're going to go through from beginning to end how we download the designs, put them on a flash drive, we're going to put them in the machine, and we're going to stitch them out, and how we use the hotfix and different things. So this is called the Woodland Medley. So it's got a moose, a bear, and a tree on this. I made this for my nieces and nephews, like a banner with the bear, the tree, and the moose. And then even with my sister is trying to teach her kids some Spanish and English. So on the little runner that I did, I put the bear like on here, but then I also put in Spanish, El Oso, I think it is for bear, and then for moose, I forget what all the Spanish names for all them are, but I embroidered it just in like a really neutral white thread that kind of blended in, so you could see like I put bear, and then I put the Spanish name, I think it's El Oso for bear on this gift that I made them too. So we're gonna look at this stuff here. So I did these hearts in applique, and if we could zoom in on this heart here. I stitched the nutcracker out too, just to show you what the embroidery design is for the nutcracker. So there's no fabric underneath this. I just hit the button for it to go completely through the design, and you can see how well it satin stitches around and everything. So, but on the heart side here, the Accuquilt gives you 3 different designs for each of the applique dies. So there's a satin stitch, which is here. There's a blanket stitch, and then also this motif stitch at the top here. So we're going to go through all of those. And yes, can you post a live training schedule for the week? Yes. That's part of our goal for 2026 is to kind of plan and put together a schedule of what we're going to do. A lot of times we're so on the go, we learn new things, find out about new things that we come up with a show right away and don't always have a big month-long plan or something like that, but we'd like to start to try to do that. So we're going to do like a monthly meeting to plan out, and then we'll be able to post a live schedule so you guys can be more in tune of what we have planned going on here and stuff too. So let's first start out by how we find the embroidery designs on Accuquilt's website. Okay, let's start with that. So I'm going to do it for the heart die. The heart die is going to be our sample for today. And let's see, I'm going to grab our heart die too. Oh, here's some other samples of some embroidery with the applique with the Accuquilt dies. So this is a little car. And now this one wasn't a free one because it's got a lot of embroidery on it. But the die, but the heart or the car is an Accuquilt die. And then this was one of the designs that's available that you can purchase, and it really adds a lot to the embroidery design. But there's even like clear vinyl over the windows there, the little angel inside, and it really adds a lot of features or a lot of detail to the Accuquilt dies. So I have my computer here, and okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. Try to make it that way. Okay. Okay, so I'm on the Accuquilt website. So all I did was I opened up a like a browser. I'm in Google Chrome. It can be whatever browser you normally use. And I have a USB stick that I'm going to put the designs on here too. So I'm just going to plug that USB stick into the side of my computer here too. And now we had some questions about this. We might have shown this already, but we often use this little USB drive here. It doesn't have a cover or anything on it. The USB is right down in there. So, and it just plugs right into the computer. So there's nothing to move or change. You just put it right in. And we order these USB drives and send those out often. So there's our stick. So I'm just going to close that for now. Now, the heart die is the one we're going to do today. So I'm going to just, in the search bar right here, I'm going to go and I'm going to type in heart. And hit enter. Okay, so there is, let's find the heart die we're using. Okay, so it's this one right here. So this is the, nope, not that one. Yep, this one right here. So that's the heart die we're using today. And let me grab that one too. This is it here. So this is our heart die that we're using today. It can be used, it has a 2-inch, 3-inch, and a 4-inch heart on this die. And then you can use it just as a heart, but like, look at this here. This is the heart, but like, if you think outside the box and kind of look at different pictures and different things, we made it into a 4-leaf clover using the hearts. So you can utilize the dies in other ways. And I've got a really neat one coming up, the owl die, that can be used in so many different ways than just make the owl. So I have several applique dies to show you guys today, but this was just the 2 different size hearts put in this formation to create this 4-leaf clover. And this is the applique or the towel die to make a towel holder. So it gives you the pieces to cut this top part, and you just use half a towel. And what a great gift to take to someone. And remember, those homemade gifts, people love them. So keep making those homemade gifts. So here is the website, and if we zoom in over, if we go down here, now can we zoom in around this side? Yeah, over there. It says use the free Go Heart embroidery designs. Download available to finish your project. So it's in like a light green. So I'm going to tap right there on that part. And it's going to take us to a different website. So there's the download for the heart die, okay? So we're going to say add to downloads. And then it wants me to create an account, which is nice because it keeps track of what you've downloaded and stuff like that. Let's see if this will let me sign in under this account. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Let me see if I can get signed in here. I'm going to put this back. I didn't go this far on it. I should have done this before. So 1 second. Let me get signed into an account here, and then we'll be all set to go. Let's see if I can get signed in here. So if you don't already have an Accuquilt account, you definitely want to make one. Oh, goodness. I might have to reset my password. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's just hang with me just real quick. We'll see if we can do this. It's always something, a little snafu to get you, right?
So some people have some questions.
Okay.
About, do they need an account?
It looks like you do, because I'm creating an account right now on here.
But the account's free, right?
The account is definitely free. Oh, goodness. Maybe I'm in now. Let's see, I'm going to try. Looks like I already had an account created, so I'm going to reset the password real quick. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm resetting the password to see if I can get in and do that. Also, we have what device am I using? I'm using a Microsoft Surface Pro. It's just like a regular computer. You don't need anything special for this when you're doing this. Let's see. Oh, back cancel. Try a different way here. And then we have Baby Lock coming to visit. Our new regional sales manager is coming, as well as the vice president of sales. Yes, but you just sign into Accuquilt when you do this. But we have the vice president of sales coming tomorrow, as well as our new regional sales manager, Mitzi, is coming to visit. So they might pop on and say hello on the 3 p.m. show tomorrow with Kimberbell. So let's try to sign in here again. Sorry, guys, I didn't think I was going to hit this little snafu here, but let's try again. Steve@gloriahorn.com. Because I did this before. Let's try. Okay. So you know what? We're gonna create a new account. We're gonna walk through and show you how to create an account. Hey Kate, can you come? Because my computer won't let me get into my email address because it needs my phone for two-factor authentication, and I can't. So Kate's gonna come in and she's gonna put in her email address, and we're gonna make her sign up for a new account. Okay? Is that okay, Kate?
Okay.
Sorry, put you on the spot here. So you guys all know and love Kate. She's oftentimes behind the camera, but she is the glue that keeps us going here. Let me tell you what. So a lot of the stuff that happens behind the scene here, Kate's a part of it. So we welcome Kate. So let's do this. Let's do this together. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have you do so you can sign into your account. You might need your computer too. I don't know, because if you need to get into your email,
Okay.
yeah, let's do it that way. So if there's a will, there's a way. We have backup. I'm putting Kate on the spot here to help me. So we'll do this together, right? So at least this will show you guys how to set up an account if you guys don't already have one. So Anita dropped off a terrible towel for me. And let me tell you what, Anita, Pittsburgh, we waved those terrible towels, and I was at the game on Sunday. I don't know if you all are Steeler fans, but I was at the game. That was quite the game.
Wow.
Anita, I took the terrible towel with me, and I want to thank you because that's what made us win. So I appreciate that. So you got your computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Let's show them how to create an account with Accuquilt.com.
All right.
See, they said nice to put a face to the name, Kate. But happy to see you here. So
All right.
you're gonna start over, just like it's. You might have you can use mine if you want.
Yeah, if that's
and
okay.
then you have yours as a backup there. Okay, so we're gonna do this together here. Okay, so we're at Accuquilt.com, and we're gonna go. Let's just start over where we were. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna type in the heart because that's what we were doing. Okay, so HEART, and we'll hit enter. Oh, we have another little update that I wanted to share with you guys. Is that Ruth Ann had her surgery today. She's been having a lot of back problems. You all know Ruth Ann. She teaches classes with us and stuff like that. She's a fantastic teacher. You haven't seen her in a while because she's been suffering from some debilitating back pain. She is in Texas right now, had surgery. Her surgeon said it was one of the worst cases of whatever she has. I'm not even sure what she has.
Yeah.
They had to cut nerves out or something like that, but she's recovering well. She wanted to send Keith, her husband, called me this morning to let us know that she's doing well. So prayers to Ruth Ann. Send all those prayers down to Texas. Ruth Ann is down there recovering. She'll be in the hotel for 2 days. They'll be back home Monday, and she's going to be back teaching. She wants to get back to teaching with us. So we pray that the surgery alleviates some of those back problems she was having and things like that too. So I typed in the word heart because that's the heart die that we're working with today. So we're going to start from there. So we're going to find that heart die that we're using, and it is this one right there. So I'm going to tap on that one, and we're going to scroll, and we're going to look for right here where it says free Go Heart 234 embroidery designs. We're going to tap there. And we're going to say add to downloads. And we're going to create an account. We're going to start from fresh like we don't have an account. We're going to say create account. So it takes us to this page. And we are going to fill out this information. So you're just going to your first name, last name, email address, and a password. So I'm going to flip this around just for us for a second. So Kate can put her information in there with her email address and stuff. Thanks for hanging in with us, guys. We're always on the fly here. So, and it was a busy 2025. We're ready for another busy 2026. So we appreciate all that you guys have done for us as being customers, supporting us. It keeps our little family business thriving here and going along. We have a lot of employees that we didn't have before. I don't know if you guys know, but before the pandemic, there were only about 6 people that worked here.
Wow.
And now there are close to, I don't know, 25, 30 people who work here. So you guys are supporting a little business that works really hard in doing what we love, and that's sewing. So we appreciate everything you guys do for us because we love doing this for you. So, okay, so you put in all your information.
Yes.
Okay, and then should you put your birthday in? I know it's not
Should I?
starred, but just put it in just in
Okay.
case because...
Oh my gosh.
Is Gloria coming in today? Is she here today?
I don't think
she's
so.
coming in tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay, Gloria will be back tomorrow. She's had some time away with her family, which is great. And that's what these holidays are all about. All this, like, the gifts are great, but it's really it's really about just spending time with the people that you care about and stuff like that too. So did you do your...
Yes, I put in my birthday.
Okay, and then we're going to tap create account on there.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh. It looks like it signed me in, I think.
I'm going to hit save on there too, so we
Okay.
can save it. Okay, did you do... Kate fixed it. Oh, wonderful, Kate. Okay, so Kate signed in. We created the account. And now let's try add to downloads again. So we're going to do add to downloads. Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Kate.
awesome.
Perfect. Yeah. So we, I'm just going to back out for a second. So Kate created an account and we're signed into her account and I clicked add to downloads and it added to the downloads. So we'll do download library. And here's our designs that we want. And we're going to say download. So it downloaded them for us. Now on my computer, what I normally do is I go up to this, let's see, I'm going to plug out. Let's see. I usually go up to this little arrow up here under the downloads. If I tap there, it'll bring up like my recent downloads. And that first one, EMB 55029, that's the die that we want. So we're going to tap on that. And it's going to open up this new window here. It sends it over in a zip file. So when you're dealing with a zip file, you can't use it yet. You have to extract. You have to extract it. So it says extract up here, and here it says extract all. So I'm going to tap extract all. And it chooses where to put it. You can just leave it right where it says it's going to put it because you can find it in your downloads folder. So we're just going to say extract on here. So here's our files. So it gives you in them all the file formats, DST, EXP. We're going to utilize PES for our project. So I'm going to tap on the PES and I'm going to hold on it. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say copy. I want to copy those files. So copy. And then I want to paste those files onto our USB drive. So on this side over here, I can see my USB drive D. I'm going to click on that. There's this blank space right here. I'm going to press and hold. This would be like a left click with your mouse. I'm going to press and hold on here since this is a tablet. And I'm going to say paste. And it pasted those PES files onto our USB drive. So that's like, why do you extract all? Can you just extract the PS? I extract all because it opens up the instructions for you. You don't miss anything. Sometimes there's stuff hidden in other folders you might want. So as a rule of thumb for me, I just always extract all because then it gives me everything I need. And then if someone else needs a file format that's in a different one, can't you just tell her to send it to it? I'm not sure what you mean there, Mary, but I can try to help answer that question. But extracting, I just extract all because then everything's extracted. You don't have to worry about anything missing if there's any like instructions or anything like that. So I know just some of this computer stuff, this computer 101 stuff is helpful to see. So those files should be on our USB drive, okay? So let's go over to our machine, put in our USB drive, and see what's on our see what's in here, okay? So I'm going to take our USB drive out. So we are working on our Baby Lock Radiance limited edition. We still have a couple machines that are pre-owned, like classroom model machines at an unbelievable price. So if you are interested in the Baby Lock Radiance, now's a great time to get one. We have some machines that are considered pre-owned, and we also have some that are classroom models, and we have brand new ones too. So whatever kind of works with with the machine that you want, your budget, things like that, we can work with you. We can get you that machine, get it home for you. So I put our USB drive in. We're going to go to embroidery. We're going to go to the pocket. And we're going to go to our USB drive. There's our PES files. And it gives you the heart in 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch in all the different stitches. So there's satin stitch, there's blanket stitch, and there's that motif stitch as well. So they're all on there ready to go. So we're now going to, now that we have the files downloaded, we know they're there, we're going to cut some of our hearts out so we can applique them down, okay? So we'll go back up here. So now that the unfun part, the computer part's all done, now is the fun part of actually sewing and cutting some things out and stuff like that too. So yes, we're going to show the towel topper die today. We're going to have a demo on it of how to put it together. Deb, Adrian, who works with us here, we call her Little Deb because she's little, and she's going to help us with that. She made the towel topper dies. Look how cute these are. So that's one for St. Patty's Day, because that's the next holiday coming up. And then Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is here. For us, it's like it's almost over because we got to be ready ahead of time. So there's our little Valentine Day towel topper on there too. So we're going to get set up for cutting our applique pieces out. And then we're also going to go over some of the systems that Accuquilt has to offer as far as their die cutters and things like that too. So what we have is, today I'm going to use the Go Big Electric, and it's this one here. So in the bubble right now, you'll see the Go Big. Let's put the yeah, okay, good. That's the one I want. The Ready Set Go Big is in the bubble now. This one is the full set with the electric cutter, and includes some other things too that we're going to get to. But everything you order today still qualifies for that 10% credit back, which is great. So so these are some bigger ticket items, I guess. So you'll earn some credit back, which is great for you to use for future purchases. So this is the Go Big Electric. It's the biggest electric cutter that they have. It opens up like this, so that there is a platform for the die to enter. And then I'm also going to utilize the die catcher on this other side here to help catch the die as it comes out. So this is the die catcher here on this side. So this is an extra piece that you can purchase. A lot of people have gotten this for their machines. And you know what? One of the things I love about it, now look at this. The power supply for the machine can hide right in here. How neat is that? So with this, I have the power supply because you're not sure what to do with it. So I have it here. You're going to put it inside here. It fits in that little cradle right there. Okay. And then the cord, if you don't want all this cord hanging out, I'm just going to tuck some of it in inside here. And then we're going to plug our machine in. So we're plugged in there. I'm just going to pull some cord back, and this just tucks under just like that. Tuck your cord down. And then you can put the little cover back on here just like that. I thought that was the neatest thing. We are. We're getting the burp cloth and the bib dies in. I have those on order, so those are coming. How much for the catcher? Oh, is it the die catchers in the bubble? Yep. Okay, so the die catchers in the bubble. And again, these earn the extra 10% credit back as well. So we're going to turn our machine on here. So the power button's just right up here. We have our die catcher attached. We have our power supply inside our little die catcher, which I think is great. And we'll get started with cutting some of these hearts out. So there is so much on the Accuquilt website. If you get a chance just to kind of click around on their website, they have a lot of resources. And I just requested a trunk show from Accuquilt. It's really important to see samples of the different stuff that you can do. And for us to make all of the samples that you can do is like a daunting task for us to create all these samples. So Accuquilt has, I know they have a ton of samples. So I just sent an email in now to request a trunk show that they might be able to send us because samples really help you see what you can do with this. Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. So I think we need to keep saying it. Happy New Year. It's a good year. 2026 is going to be a great year. 2025 was a great year. They just keep getting better and better. So we have our heart die here in the 3 different sizes. And we have a cutting mat that goes over top of the die as well. Okay. So I have pink fabric here. So this, so I got some pink fabric here. I have Hot Fix adhesive applied to the back. We got a lot of pink fabric here. It's Hot Fix adhesive applied to the back because you want to be able to adhere your pieces down when you're working with this. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this real quick to match our heart die. Okay. Sorry, I had to go in the other room to use the cutting mat because we're all covered up here. I didn't want to move all this stuff. So Steelers won, so it's a start, right? Yes, go Steelers. I know I think there are more Steelers fans distributed throughout the country than maybe any other sports team. I don't know. You can fight me on it if you want to. But let me tell you what, go Steelers, go Steelers. It was a good game. It was a good game to be at. So we have our pink fabric here with our Hot Fix adhesive on the back. I'm going to go ahead and peel away the paper. Peel the paper away. And then I'm going to do 2 layers here. This can cut through 6 layers of fabric. And the fusible applique counts as a half layer, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3 layers here, considering this. 2 fabrics and 2 adhesives, so that would be 1, 2, and a half, so that would make 3, okay? Did I stay to the bitter end? I did. And let me tell you what, that game started late. It was like an 8:20 game. I got home at 1:15 that Sunday night because I stayed to the end, getting out of there, trying to get home with traffic and stuff. Do we sell hotfix? We sure do. We're going to put it in the bubble. We use the featherweight hotfix. It's not quite as sticky, but it's all you need. You don't need the heavyweight. But this hotfix adhesive is the best stuff out there. I used another kind. We're not going to tell you which one it was to get prepared for today. And I couldn't get the paper off. It didn't work and stuff like that. And I knew I should have found the hotfix and did it. So get the hotfix. If you haven't used hotfix before, can you leave hotfix paper on to cut? I guess you could, but I don't think you really need to. It's just an extra layer you're cutting through. You might as well get it out of the way. And I don't know, is paper going to dull the blades? I don't know. And then Sherry asked, which cube is the most popular? The original cube that came out was the 8-inch cube. So that would be the most popular, but then it depends what size blocks you want to go to. So we're gonna talk about that in a little bit too. So stay tuned. We're gonna learn more about the cubes and what those are. But I would say the 8-inch might be the most popular. Okay, so I've got my fabric here. I've got applique side down on top of our foam. We're gonna cover up our dye here, and we're gonna go ahead and just feed that through the machine. So just start entering that through, and it grabs a hold of it. And it just goes through for you with this electric cutter. So once it gets around this side, from everything I've read, paper does not hurt the blade at all. Oh, that's good to know. I was curious about that because I was wondering if you could cut paper, because it'd be great to cut paper in some of these shapes too. So after it runs through the machine, it builds up some static electricity. So what you want to do is you just want to rub the dye to get rid of the static electricity. And then I'll show you a tip, is that you want to just take the cutting part or the mat and slide it off this way. Then your pieces don't go all over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold the hearts down and I'm just going to lift up. And there's our hearts. And we have little hearts cut with our applique hotfix on the back. So we're gonna learn how to applique some of these down using the built-in embroidery designs that we just downloaded. So I'm gonna make sure our iron is nice and hot here. We'll get that going. I'm using our Rowenta iron. It's right here. Our Rowenta iron, cordless iron. It's new from Rowenta. Is this cordless iron? We like to get all the irons and test them all. We like irons around here. So this one's kind of neat. It has a lock system up front, so you can grab the whole, the carriage and everything all in one. There's a little lock you put up here. And I remember when I first started sewing and quilting, it was my dream to have a Rowenta iron. And here, so now it's in a cordless version too. So we're gonna get that. So I have hooped up. I'm using the 7x12 magnetic. I love these hoops for applique because you can slide them in and out and nothing shifts on you. But this is the 7x12 magnetic frame. If you don't have one of these, we have these at an extra special value, only $239. Do you like irons just like you like sweepers? I do. I made sweepers a little more, but I do like irons too. I like all the gadgets. So, but this is the 7x12 magnetic hoop. This can be used in any baby lock or brother machine. It's not branded for either machine directly, so you can use it on any machine. But we got an extra special buy on these. These hoops sell for I think close to $500 maybe. This one didn't come with any of the machines. This was something everyone had to purchase separate, and we have them on sale for $239. You also get that extra 10% credit back. So if you don't have this hoop already, or even if you do, if you want another one, it's a great way. Yes, intervention. I don't want an intervention though. I don't think I have a problem. So I'm not going to have an intervention. So we have our fabric hooped up here. We're going to take our hearts over to our machine. I'm going to go ahead and slide our hoop in. And I also want to show them our thread storage cabinet here. So here, here's our thread storage cabinet from Unique Sewing Furniture. It is a solid wood storage cabinet for all of your thread. And we learned today that thread is the most hoarded sewing item that we have. We all have tons and tons of thread. So this will hold, look at all these threads in here. Can I see all these? I might have to like go up and look at this. Oh, look how beautiful that is. All those threads neatly organized in there. It will take tall cones. It will take short cones. So it'll take the tall ones as well as the short ones. It comes with these dividers. So there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 threads per row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 12 is what?
72?
9 times 12 is 72? Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, yep. 9 times 12. No, that's more than that, right? 9 times. Where's our math people? 9 times 12 times 8 drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So you can fit that many threads. You can fit about 800 cones of thread in this thread cabinet. So we're gonna choose a pink color here to go with this. 108, that's better. 108.
Oops.
So you can fit close to 9, like. I'm glad you guys are all math out there. That's great. You help us. Yeah. 108. Okay. And then times it by 8. So that's almost 900 spools of thread that you can fit in this piece. So we're just going to pick a pink color here. Oh, we'll use something bright so we can see it. We'll use this color right here. I like to be able to see the applique stitches. We're going to use a nice bright pink. So we're going to go ahead and thread our machine up here. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the previous machines, this spool pin didn't lift all the way up here. It only came about halfway, so you kind of fought with it to get it on. They changed the design where it lifts the whole way up like this, so you can put it up here, and it makes it easier to get it on. Have you ever fought with trying to get this thing on here to get that pin through the hole there? So that goes up like that, and then you can just put this straight down in, and then just drop it down so it's a little easier to thread. And we'll go ahead and thread our machine up. So I like to hold a little tension on the thread and make sure the foot's up. We're gonna go all the way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I get up around 4, I'm gonna go ahead and put the foot down. When you put the foot down, it puts a little tension on the thread to make it easier to get behind number 6 here, okay? So get all the way past number 4. When you come down at number 5, before you go to number 6, put the foot down. It puts tension on the thread to make it easier to get behind 6 up into that thread cutter back there. We'll cut this off and we'll thread our needle. Perfect. So we have our needle threaded. Now I'm going to show you the 3 different stitches on this. So I'm going to go with the 2-inch applique, and we're going to go ahead and set that one. We're going to do all 3 just so we can see the 3 different stitches. So you know what? Actually, let's delete that one a second. I'm going to use let's try it again. So we're going to go into our stick. Let's do the satin in the 2-inch, because that one's takes the longest to stitch out. And let's go set on there. And then let's do add, because I'm going to add all 3 hearts on here. Go back to our pocket. PES. And then for the 3-inch, let's do the motif. Set. And then let's go add again. Pocket. Our USB. PES. And for the 4-inch, let's do the blanket stitch. So here's the 4-inch. And you can tell it's the 4-inch because it says heart and then 4. Or heart and then 3, so you can know which size it is. So let's do our 4-inch for the heart there and say set. And then I'm just going to go to edit, and we're just going to move them around a little bit. I want to see that 7x12 frame size on this background so I know what parameters I have to work with within this hoop. So I'm going to go up to the settings here. In embroidery frame display frame size, I want to change that to 7x12 because I know I'm working with the 7x12 hoop. What that does is it gives you this gray box here. Now that you know that's my hoop parameters, I know I have to work within that So it gives me just a better idea of where to place my stuff. So I'm just moving the one heart down, and I'm going to click on the 2-inch. I'm going to move that one up a little bit. And we'll move the 4-inch just a little bit lower, just so we all fit. Now there's some designs where you can take the hearts and do them in different arrangements to get different shapes, but I'm just going to stack them up here like this, and we're going to say okay. And we're going to go into embroidery. And then I'm going to +1, so I'm going to go minus plus down here at the bottom where the needle is, and I'm going to +1 up to our stitch. So it is on the 2-inch, and it's first going to be our placement line, okay? So let's go ahead and stitch that one out. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to say, okay, here, I'm going to advance to the next placement line. I'm going to stitch out all of our placement lines first. So you're going to have to just kind of jump around a little bit. So we're going to go minus plus here. We're going to advance down, and we're going to do the placement line for this one. And I wonder if we did color sort, if that would work. Let's try it real quick. Let's just go back to stitch 0 again, because color sort's a neat thing you can do. We'll see if it works for us. So I'm going to go back to stitch 0. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to go back to layout, and I'm going to choose color sort. Color sort is right here with the 2 dark spools and the 1 light spool. And then hit layout again. So what it should do now is it should do, well, did it do that? I'm not sure. We'll find out. No. It might have worked some, but let's advance down here. So that's the placement line for the 1. That's the satin stitch. Okay. There's the placement line for the next one, and then the placement line for the next one. So it did work for us. So I color sorted them so we could do all the placement lines first in one fell swoop. So we're going to go ahead and hit the start button here, and we'll stitch out this other placement line.
Someone asked, does the 7x12 hoop work with the Dream Machine?
I think it does. If you have the updated, if you update your machine to the latest version, it should work on the Dream Machine as well. Yep. Okay, so now we have all of our placement lines stitched onto our fabric here. So let's come up to the table and let's work on placing these designs. So I'm going to slide our cutter away a little bit here. I'm going to pull out our wool mat. We're going to take our hoop. We're going to lay it on top of our wool mat like this. Okay. And then here's our hearts here. So I'm just going to take the first one here. Now the first one is the satin stitch. When you're working with the satin stitch, it's your placement isn't quite as crucial because there's a little wiggle room as far as but you want it to be consistent, getting it over top of there like that. and then just take your iron and just set it on top there and just hold that iron in place. And we'll get that fused down. So there's the one. Let's do our 3-inch here. And you like, it's perfect that it just fits on in there. Just cover up. That looks good. And then let's do this last one here. Now the one that the blanket stitch is, I feel like the one that you have to be the most particular with, getting it placed, the placement right. So that looks pretty good. You just want to be consistent with that stitch that's going around. I have a really contrasting thread so we can see it. But I think that looks really good there. And then I'm just going to take that iron, and when you go to set it, just set it down on top to get it started. Don't move it. Are you using the fabric or the stable? Are you using fusing on the fabric or stabilizer? So I have hot fix adhesive on the back of my applique pieces, okay? And then I have just tearaway in this hoop, just medium tearaway. So we're gonna just fuse those down and just hold the iron on there. It's so nice having a machine without a cord, or an iron without a cord. Okay, so everything's in there like we need it. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to take our hoop. We're going to go back over to our machine, and we're going to stitch these out and see how they turn out, okay? So the way my color sort worked, when the digitizer made the design up, light cantaloupe is the color that they used for the placement line and the tack down. So it didn't color sort that one out perfect. So I'm going to do the satin stitch now. So let's just hit the start button there. And we'll run the satin stitch. And I think we'll be able to just let this run. We don't have, even though we want to watch it, we don't have to. We can just let this run, and we'll come back and visit it once it's got some of the satin stitch down. But you'll be really impressed with the applique embroidery that these offer. Not only does it do a satin stitch, but it also does an underlay stitch. So you can see it just does like a wider zigzag to help give that satin stitch body and make it a little more a robust satin stitch. So it does that underlay, and now here it's going to go through and it's going to do the official satin stitch underneath. So we're going to go ahead and let this run. And actually, I'm going to hit this button here, and it's going to go all the way through without stopping. It might repeat that tack down stitch, but that's okay. It won't hurt anything. It'll stitch right over top of it. So we're just going to keep going. And as soon as this is done, we'll come back and take a look at it. Okay? So you just fuse the hearts to the stabilizer. I did. I used hot fix adhesive, and I put that hot fix adhesive onto the back of your fabric. There's still the paper still on this one. You just take that paper and peel it away, and there you can see the shiny side is the hot fix. And then there's the fabric that you're going to use on that side, okay? Jackie Sherman, Bolt 9, I'll check on that, Jackie. I submit all those dropship orders and everything like that, and Accuquilt processes them. I know we had the holidays and stuff like that, so I think they were closed for a few days and things like that. But a lot of the Accuquilt is shipping out. And then if you just if you order more than one die and we don't have it in stock, I submit the dropship order to Accuquilt, and they fulfill the order for us and send it directly to you. So it kind of eliminates us ordering the product, having it shipped to us, and then us shipping it to you. The way these drop ship orders work are really nice. And then sometimes if it's just a single die, they don't want us to do drop ships with just single dies. So we order those in and then we send them out to you. So we're just learning their new system with Accuquilt, and I'm kind of the one in charge of placing all the orders. So I've been working on it and stuff like that. So are you able to change colors to match the steps? Louise, I was thinking that too, and you definitely can. You can definitely change the colors in the machine to fix that for you. Tony, why not on the fabric? Because the fabric is just the substrate that is just a blank canvas for us to work with. You want the glue or the adhesive to be on the heart, this part. So when that goes down, the glue's on this side, so it just goes down and it glues on that way. I hope that makes sense. So the applique pieces that you're using, you want the sticky part to be on the applique piece. And then when it goes down, it glues itself into the fabric. So the fabric that you're stitching on, not the applique piece, doesn't have any fusible or anything like that on it, okay? We're gonna go over the Ready, Set, Go system and what comes in that. And then I have a bunch of applique dies I want you guys to see. Some of them I had the actual die, some I just found online. The pictures of them, I'm gonna show you a picture of them because Accuquilt has a ton of dies. And when we first did our initial order with Accuquilt, they put together an order for us of their most popular items, and that's what we got in for our wall display inside the store and things like that. But for us to order in all the dies to have one, I wasn't able to do that just yet. So did you cut the applique with the heat fix on? Yes. You want to apply the hot fix to your entire piece before you cut, okay? So hot fix goes on to your entire piece before you cut. So then that way it's perfectly cut out. The cutter will cut right through the adhesive as well, okay? So we're gonna talk about some of the Accuquilt systems they have available. The big one, is the Ready, Set, Go Big Ultimate package, okay? And what that includes is, so if you're new to Accuquilt, you don't have any Accuquilt, you want to get yourself a cutter, you want to get yourself like a system to get you set up with starting with Accuquilt. They have these Ready, Set, Go systems that gives you essential parts to kind of get you started down your Accuquilt journey. So the first one we have in the bubble is the Go Big Electric. So this is the nicest one. It's the biggest one. It's the electric one that cuts through the 6 layers of fabric. So what you'll get in this Ready, Set, Go system is you'll get the electric cutter. So this just opens up like this for a platform for you to work with. You enter the die in this way and it rolls it through automatically. You don't have to crank it through or anything. And this is the most robust system. You could fit through 2 dies at once. It'll fit all the wider dies as well. So there's no die that you can't do with this system because it is the biggest one. Oh my gosh, it's done. It's done. That was fast. Okay, let's look. Oh gosh, that was really fast. Oh, look how beautiful they are. We can actually come up there. So that was so fast. I can't believe they're done. So let's take a look at these. Oh, I love the motif stitch. I'm glad I chose a contrasting color for you guys to see how this works. So there's our satin stitch. Look how beautiful the satin stitch is. And like it's when you see it in person, it's a robust satin stitch. It's got body to it. There's some thickness. It even like tapers at the point of the heart here. It isn't just like a standard just stitch around. It really works well into that point. So it's a really nice satin stitch. Look at this motif stitch. Look how perfect that is. It is right on the line with that little motif that goes all the way around. And you want to use a contrasting color, I feel like. You want to use something that's going to really pop and show up for you. And look at our blanket stitch. Could you ever in your life do a blanket stitch that well just sewing like on the sewing machine? I couldn't. And it turns out perfect the way that it looks there with this applique stitch. So that's the blanket stitch. There's our motif and then the satin at the top. So all the applique dies work this way that you're able to do it. So this is just a simple one to work with, was the heart die. So those are the 3 stitches that are free with the Accuquilt dies that are the applique. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy that turned out good. That's perfect. So ready, set, go, big ultimate electric cutter. So you get the ultimate electric cutter. Hey, Kate, are you right there? Can you grab the 8-inch cube, the 2.5-inch strip cutter, and then Eleanor Burns' book? So there's some other items that come. So these ready, set, go systems give you the essential tools that you need to be able to start getting started with Accuquilt. So Accuquilt is really known for their accuracy in cutting quilt blocks. Now look at this paper here. There are 72 of the most popular quilt blocks out there in the quilting world that you can do. And what this cube does, when we talk about cubes, there's different dies that go into these cubes to make these blocks. So you're able to make all 72 of these blocks that finish. Each one of these is going to finish at 8 inches. Okay. So what? And there's a downloadable PDF file online that gives you the directions on how to do each one of these blocks and which pieces to cut. So with this system, you'll get the 8-inch cube. So this is our 8-inch cube here. So all the cubes are the same. All the cubes have the same dies in them, allow you to finish the block at a different size. So like a 6-inch cube is going to do all of these blocks, finish in a 6-inch. There's a 6. I think there might be. How low does it go? I think no. There's a 6. I know there's an 8. There's a 9. There's a 10. There's a 12. There's a 16, I believe. So the shapes are the same of the dies that are in here, but they just allow you to finish the block at those different sizes. Okay. So I'm going to take the little cover off here, and inside this cube are the dies that are included. So there are 8 dies in here. And I think it's a really well organized little system here. When you get this home, these can fit right on your bookshelf or something like right on a shelf. And then they have these little tabs that pull out. So you pull the little tab out. Let's just pull them all out here to see what's in here. So I feel like it's a really well organized system here to keep you like organized as far as what goes in here. So there's the 8 different dies that come in this, and then each die itself has a little pattern to help you cut like a certain block. So they include patterns all over in these things, hidden in places. So there's a little pattern with each one of these dies. Some of them we haven't even opened yet to use. And then it also comes with a pattern book, and then your cutting mat is in here as well. So there's a pattern book in here. Make the cut. So there are different ones printed in here. Now, not all 72 are in here. These are the most popular ones that they give you in this little book. But then on their website, there's a free design for you can create all 72 of these, and it's a nice PDF file. And you know what? I have those instructions right. Where did I just do with those? I think they're right here. Maybe right over. I put them aside because I didn't think I would need them, but that's okay. So, but there are step-by-step instructions on you grab the different blocks or the different dies to make the block. So like for instance, let's just look at this one here. So if you want to make this block right here, you need to grab die 4 and die 2, and then you're going to cut these different pieces out, and it tells you the yardage you need there too for it. And we did a demo on this, and we're going to do some more on this with this. But this is the 8-inch cube that comes with it, with a little pattern book. It comes with the mat that you need to cut with as well. People ask me, how long does this system last? How long do the cutting dies last? The mats mats have hundreds of uses. So you can flip them over when you're using them so you don't wear out one sides. The radiance keeps staring at you. That's good, Robin. That's good. We like that. So, and then the dies have thousands of uses. So go to town cutting this stuff. So this is the 8-inch cube that comes in the Ready, Set, Go system. The other part that comes in this system is Eleanor Burns' book. There's our girl, Miss Eleanor Burns back there. She's the queen of quilting, quilt in a day. She said with Accuquilt, it's like quilt in an hour when you're cutting your pieces out. Because when you cut these pieces out, like if you look at this die here, there's actually blades that run across this way and this way. So this one's going to cut out 4 of these little square triangles. But the nice thing is that the dog ears are removed. So the pieces line up perfectly. There's no dog ears to trim afterwards. Your pieces go together so much nicer. You don't have to snip the dog ears, and you'll just be really happy with your ability to piece quilt blocks together because of the accuracy in the shapes of your fabric that's cut. So you get this book, and this book works on 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, and in here, it'll tell you if you want to make a certain type of project or something like that, like here's this block here, it's going to tell you the dies you need. So you need die 2 and 8, and it's going to tell you how many to cut. So it's just a really well-written book by Eleanor Burns. She fell in love with the Accuquilt system. So we know that if Eleanor Burns does it, we know it's a good thing. She just does the foam on the dies dry out after time. Not that I've heard, Jerry. Not that I've heard. That's the first time I was asked that question, so I'm not that I've heard. But they come with a warranty and stuff like that too. We've had our dies for years, and they've held up really well for us. So we haven't really had any issues with them. But then the other item that you're going to get in this Ready, Set, Go, let's put that Ready, Set, Go big bundle back in the bubble, is you're also going to get the 2.5-inch strip cutter. Now the strip cutters, I put a bunch of strip cutters in the lineup to show you guys today because I absolutely love the strip cutters for cutting borders for your quilts. If you ever cut borders for your quilts and they're a little bit wonky, you can cut strips of fabric in one pass and you get perfectly straight cut rows of fabric. And we can add more than that one that's 0 there too. She is funny. Eleanor Burns is funny. She reminds me of... who's the cooking lady? Julia Child. She's like our Julia Child, right? Yeah. So this 2.5-inch strip cutters is the most popular. You know why? Because binding. Binding, you cut at 2.5 inches normally. So this is the strip cutter to cut 2.5-inch strips. And then you also get the cutting mat to go with this. So you'll get the cutting mat, the 2.5-inch strip cutter. You're going to get the 8-inch cube to make all 72 of these quilt blocks in this little system. Let's put this, put our little cubes away here. I just like that it's organized in these little things that fold up, little tab that pulls out. It shows you the dies that are on it right there. So there's that. And then you take your cube box here, and we're going to put those back in. So we're going to put the 1 through 4 on this side, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. And then our instruction and pattern book, it says what size it is right up there. We'll tuck that in, and that'll go right perfectly on your shelf so you can stay organized. So this comes with it. You get the book, and then you also get the Go Big electric cutting system, okay? The next Ready, Set, Go system includes everything we just talked about, but this time it's the Go Bolt. So the Go Bolt is their new, smaller electric cutting system. I'm going to grab that one so you can see what that one looks like. So here's our Go Bolt. It's a little bit smaller. It's not quite as wide, so it can't take all the widest dies. It does have a nice little handle here for you to carry it. We'll carry it like this. The dies enter in one way. It's missing the platform like the Go Big. Will you have the books separately? We can, yeah. We have this in the system. that we can show you the book. We'll bring that up too. So the Ready Set Go bolt is the smaller version of the electric cutter. It's more compact. Now the only caveat with this one is you get 4 layers of fabric. 4 layers with this system instead of the 6. So if you try to cut through 6, it's going to back the die out. It just likes 4 layers. So it's a little bit less robust to push those through. So if you're able to go for the Go Big Electric, I think that's the best way to go. But this is a nice alternative with an electric cutter, so you don't have to do the crank. So with the item that's in the bubble right now, you're going to get the Go Bolt electric cutter. Remember, this is for 4 layers of fabric. You're also going to get Eleanor Burns' book, the 8-inch cube to do all 72 quilt blocks, and the 2.5-inch strip cutter with the mat. So that's our Ready, Set, Go bolt system. And we have one more Ready, Set, Go system to look at. And this one is the original Ready, Set, Go. When we sold Accuquilt before, we sold a ton of these systems because it was the most cost effective to get into it. And this is the Ready, Set, Go ultimate fabric cutting system. And this one, instead of being an electric cutter, you're going to get this crank system here. So this one is nice because it is a crank system, so you can help keep those arm muscles in strength. But there's a platform on this side that catches the die, so you can run it through either way. But this one, let's just show how we cut with this one. So let's grab our piece of fabric here, and let's grab our heart die. Let's cut out some more hearts. And remember, pink. Pink is a big color this year. So we're going to lay our fabric. This one can cut through the 6 layers as well. You can cut through the 6 layers. So let's do it. Let's cut through 6 layers. And I'm gonna even test it more because there's applique on here as well. So let's do a couple more layers here. Okay, so we have our fabric, and we have the applique hot fix already applied. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take that paper off. Remember Eleanor Burns? She would just throw the fabric. It's on the floor. I'll clean it up later. So grandkids love to crank away. Yeah. So the applique or the hot fix adhesives was supposed to count as a half layer. We're gonna go wild here. We're gonna go rogue, and we're gonna just put 3 layers of fabric with the applique hot fix on there, and we're gonna see what happens. Now, there's a little fold in our fabric here whenever it got pressed. But we're not gonna worry about that for now. But just know that. So we're gonna layer 3 layers up there with everything. We're gonna put our cutting mat over top. Okay. You're going to take that, you're just going to get it started. And then, so if you watch the handle here, when you push the die in, see how it swings this way so you know which way to crank it. So I'm going to crank that through. And it's really not hard to crank. It just cranks right through for us. So fabric cut there. There we go. Okay. We're going to take that there. We're going to So yeah, if you have some trouble with arthritis or something, you might want to get the electric one. There they are. So let's see how that did. So I'm going to hold those. I'm just going to pull that off. And look, it cut through perfectly. So it did cut through all 3 layers of fabric. This is a batik fabric too, plus the adhesive. Perfectly on there. So now we have a ton of little hearts here. So that's the crank. So what this is you're going to get the Ready, Set, Go crank system for this. And this is not quite as wide as the electric, but it's due to some of the wider dies. You're going to get the book. You also get the 8-inch cube to make all 72 quilt blocks. So there's our 8-inch cube. and then as well as the 2.5-inch strip cutter and the mat that goes with this. And this one will cut through. This will cut through all 6 layers for us as well. So those are some of our systems. If you don't have Accuquilt, you want to get kind of get some of the pieces and parts to kind of get you started on your quilting journey with Accuquilt. So a ready, set, go system I feel like is the best way to go. You get that 2.5-inch strip cutter, you get a cube, you get a die cutter, and you're kind of hitting the ground running with some of your cutting things here. So we're also going to show you some of the applique stuff that we like the heart dies. I want to show you some more of those applique dies that I thought were really neat. So we're going to put some of this out of the way. And if you guys have any questions or anything, I know Kate's watching. She can help answer questions if they can direct me. And I'll try to answer any questions you guys have. So let's put the book by itself. People are asking about that. If you can just get the book by itself, if you don't have the book. This is Eleanor Burns' book. Yep. So this is a Go Cube Mix and Match book. This is the 4th edition. So there's been some revisions, some improvements with it. Quilt in a day. And use this with the cubes. Eleanor Burns has directed her engineering skills to her new best friends, the amazing Go Cutters. A quilt in a day is now a quilt in half the time with smart stacking and smart cutting, just to name a few techniques. Blocks are quick, precise, and fun to make. So it's just a really well-written, colorful book of how to cut your pieces, how to stitch them together, how to press the fabrics. You get the things laying in the right order. And anything from Eleanor Burns is really well done. We love the stuff that she produces for us. So I'll look, and there's 160 pages here of resources for you to learn about. So that is our that's the book from Eleanor Burns. So the star of the show was our heart die. So let's throw that heart die back in the bubble here. So this is your heart die here. It's going to come with a 2, 3, 4-inch heart on all the different sizes. And remember, those designs are free to download. Those applique only cuts 4 layers of flannel and says, yeah. So flannel is a little thicker. So if you're cutting through flannel, it's going to cut those 4 layers for you. So this is our heart die. It cuts all different shapes there. So there's some more hearts. And you can kind of position them in different areas to get a certain kind of look that you're going for. So stack them on there and get the kind of the look that you want. And then you can take that those embroideries and you can put them on there and so this is the heart die here, and this is it, what you see there. The other neat thing is that if you're cutting out hearts and you don't want to cut out all the sizes, if you only want to cut out one heart or something like that, all you do is you don't cover up the stuff you don't want to cut. So if you just want to cut big hearts, just put the cutting mat over top of the item that you want to cut, and it's just going to cut that out for you. Okay, so that's another neat trick, is that if you don't want to cut out all the pieces, if you just want to cut out one part of this, only place the cutting mat over top of the shape that you want to cut, and it'll only cut that for you, because there's nothing for it to cut without the cutting mat on there. Okay, so this is the heart die. If you guys don't have it, there's a lot you can do with this. You can even make it into a 4-leaf clover shamrock shape like this with that heart die. What's our next stack of applique? Or let's do the appliques. Let's do the applique dies, and we can do them in any order that you have there. Yeah, let's do circles. Circles are tough. Could you imagine trying to do a circle without a die? So this is the circle die here. So this is our circle die. It offers a 2, 3, and 5-inch circle. And again, the appliques for this are available for you as well. Includes 3 shapes, free pattern and embroidery downloads available. And you can do different, like, look here, they pieced a block together in the center here, and then they cut it out. So they did like a 9 patch, and then cut it out and appliqued it over top, which is kind of a neat thing to do. Look at the snowman. I love, 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 love the snowman. You can cut your different size shapes, and you can make little snowmen. And we also have the die to dress up, so for the little arms and scarf and stuff like that. We're going to show that die next. But even putting circles around your quilt here, you can applique those on. So that is our circle die. You'll get 10% credit back on any of the stuff that you purchase from Accuquilt from us. So earn that extra credit back from us while you're putting together your Accuquilt items at home. So this is the circle die. Now the one that I really like to go with this one is the snowman accessories die. So this is a bow, scarves, arms, mittens, eyes, nose, hat that you can do. You can add to the circle die to create this little holiday accessories. So little mittens, little scarves to really dress up if you want to make snowmen. So this is a new one out, Go Holidays, and it has all the little pieces and parts for arms and things like that. You wouldn't want to cut this stuff on your own. And then also, there are the applique shapes available to applique all this stuff down right in the machine embroidery too. So that's a fun one to pair with the circle die, is the snowman pieces die. So, and it is winter around here. We're having some warm weather here in Pittsburgh. All of our snow is melting, but we'll be. I'm sure there'll be more snow coming. So, what's the hexagon? Okay, so where's our hexagon here? I don't have that one here. Let's skip to the next one. Okay, stars. Oh, stars are great too. I printed that one up here. Stars. Okay, so here's our star die. So this offers a 2, 3, 4-inch star. Those points are so perfectly sharp, and it's our 250th birthday, America. Happy birthday, America. So stars are going to be a big thing of this year. And this is a great way to add some stars to your designs and things like that. There's a bunch of free patterns on their website with these star dies, as well as the embroidered designs to go with these for the applique. So that is our star die. Again, you'll get a 2-inch star, a 3-inch star, and a 4-inch star all on this one die with that 10% credit back as well. So if you're looking to get the star die, that's a great popular applique one. In the different sizes. That's our star die. And feathers. That was a popular one. The feather die. I don't know if I have the printout for that one. We did have a printout at one time. What's the next one there? Stocking? Yeah, the stocking we can go to. I don't have a picture of that one. We can put quantity in there too. The stocking die is great. I gotta find our stockings and bring those in. I think I know where they are. I'll show you guys tomorrow with the stocking die, what that creates. I mean, it's not too early to start sewing for next year, right? Christmas is right behind us, but it's going to be coming up next year. So the stocking die is a great way to make stockings for people, and it cuts them out. Makes a cuff one for it too and everything. So we'll do. We'll show you that stocking die, some of the samples of that tomorrow. Someone mentioned the baby bib die. So the next one in the bubble, I don't think I have a picture of this one either, but it's in the little kind of there, but it makes a baby bib. So it's a baby bib with a strap that goes around with a baby bib. So you can put a little snap here or a little Velcro closure to make a baby make a baby bib in any fabric that you want, and then you're able to embroider right on them and stuff too before you put them together. So the baby bib dye has been really popular if you want to make baby bibs. And then, oh, the car dye. Okay, let's show the car dye. So super cute Beetlebug car here. So this is a sample of it, all stitched out. Now, this is a fancy embroidery design over top of this car, but look, you can even cut out glitter flex vinyl with this, with your appliques, with the die cutter. So that was done with this sample. But the die gives you the wheels and the, what is it showing? The wheels and the windows. It gives you the wheels, the windows, and the car to do this. So this one, the windows are a vinyl here. So you can cut out vinyl with it as well. Oh, the alphabet. Oh, I know the alphabet. We're going to show those again too. There's so many dies out there. There's so many I wanted to show you, but I feel if I showed you them all today, then we could never have another show again because it's all done. So we're going to save some of the alphabet. So we're going to do this every week, but the alphabet one's real cool. We're going to show those up, and those have the applique to go with it too. There's a couple different alphabets to choose from. So that is our cute car die from Accuquilt. Can you do flannel with the baby bib? You sure can. You can definitely cut flannel with any of the dies. You can just do 4 layers of flannel. That's the only change instead of the 6 layers. But you can cut flannel with any of the dies. Our Woodlands Medley. So I love this die. This gives you a moose, a tree, and a bear all in one die here to cut out. So there's our trees, there's our bear, and there's our moose. And you can get those appliques, embroidered designs right off their website for these as well. So that's a little placemat we did for this one with our Northwoods Medley die.
Do you know if this was the Accuquilt? Because it looks like the one right above it. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. We'll find out and we can show that. Yeah, because that's good to know. Nutcracker die. That's the next one down. This one was really popular. This was a new die out. So just to get an idea of the embroidery design that's available, I stitched this one out just with no fabric. Just stitched this guy out. So there's the satin stitch all the way around our Nutcracker, and it even has like the face built in for you to do the little face pieces there and all the pieces for this one. So that is our Nutcracker die. I'm excited about getting that one in. There's a lot of little pieces and parts to go in this one to applique everything down. So this is a good one to try our little Nutcrackers. I think that would look great on a stocking, on a tea towel, something to be great. So is velvet too smooth going up? So I didn't know. You know what? I think you could. I think you could cut it. I think you could really cut any kind of fabric. I think you could cut any kind of substrate that's going to cut through, that's not too thick. Flannel, fabric, vinyl, anything is going to go through. It's going to cut for you with this. And try it once. If it goes terribly, then you know it doesn't work because you're not going to really hurt anything. Is there a strip die for 1 inch? Yes, we have some strip dies coming up too. We're going to show after some of the applique dies. Let's go to the towel topper. So this is our towel topper die. This one was really popular. We're going to do a show just dedicated to this. I'm going to get little Deb here to help me to do this, but this gives you the shape to cut the pieces you need for the towel holder, towel topper. How long does it take to get the Accuquilt? Depends on your order. If you're waiting for something, Susan, a lot of the orders drop ship right from the manufacturer. So we submit them and then they get sent to you. So if there's something you're waiting for, I'll take a look, but they come pretty quick. We're trying to get faster with some of our shipping times and some of this stuff too. So you should get your stuff pretty quick. And this is a sample of the towel topper. So this was one done in St. Patty's, and it only uses half a towel. So one towel is going to be able to give you two finished projects here. So that's the St. Patty's one, and then here's like a little Valentine's Day one. So we use the heart die down there with the towel topper up there. And I think next week I think that's gonna be our demo for next week is we're gonna demo this towel topper die. I know many of you have ordered it. I think close to like 30 or 40 people ordered this. And we're getting those dies here to get it to you. So if you haven't gotten it yet, have no fear, it's coming your way. So that is our little towel topper die to make these. And I think that'll be our project for next week is to make the little towel topper here. So let's do the mitten die. This I thought was really just cute because of the time of year that we're in is this little mitten die. So if you want to put little mittens as an applique, this one gives you the mitten and the cuff and a little snowflake to go with it too. So this is a cute little die. And this is just an applique one. This isn't the oven mitten that they have available for you to actually make an actual oven mitten. This was an applique die. So your oven mitt, the mitten, I'm sorry, you get the mitten, the cuff, and the snowflake on this one, as well as those free designs. And minky, it depends on the nap of the minky. Some of those minkies have a finer nap, and you're able to cut through. Use press and seal, 2 layers. Okay, Patty said you can do minky. You just use press and seal, so like a water soluble or a topper to help control some of the. I need the large kitchen mitt die. Okay, we have it in the lineup, so we can throw that in the bubble. Is it up there? I think I saw it. There it is. So in the bubble now is the Go mitten die. We have it next door. So if anyone can hear me, if they can run and grab that die for us real quick, we'll come back to the large kitchen mitt die. I hear Kate. I heard her feet. She's out the door. So it's coming. So we'll be back to that one. So that's our mitten die there. What's the next one? Do you have in the little lineup there? Puppy? Okay. Let's find our puppy die. Oh, here's that woodland medley. I didn't get to when we did the woodland medley. Let's just let's go back to that for a second. So here's like the die itself with the different shapes. But look at this cute quilt they did here. Just they put some trees in the middle with some of the animals around there for a wall hanging. That's really nice. For any of your hunters or cabin people out there, I definitely like this woodland medleys for that. So that's another idea of what you can do with it. Their website is so good at providing you ideas and inspiration of what you can do with some of their dies. So, and look forward to that trunk show that we requested from Accuquilt. Hopefully they're able to come through with that for us so we can get a trunk show here. And then the Nutcracker die. Let's show that one too. I didn't realize I had a little paper here for it too. So the Nutcracker, there's little samples of the Nutcracker down here. Oh my God, Kate, that was fast. What'd you do, sprint?
Maybe.
She's not even out of breath. So that's our Nutcracker die. Look at all the little pieces you need to cut it out. That's great. And then some different samples there of our Nutcrackers, different colors. And here is the oven mitt die. I'm glad, Lois, I'm glad you said to go get this. This is the oven mitt die. So if you want to make oven mittens for someone, you can really tailor this to the person that you're giving to, whether if they're into something in particular, whether it be sports themed or something different, you can grab the fabric that would match their personality or their home best. And then it just gives you the shapes to cut out the oven mitts. And it's a nice, use cotton fabric and a heat resistant batting such as Insulprite to protect your hands from burns. For best results, sandwich the insulated batting in cotton between the outer layer and the lining layer. Quilt the sandwich prior to cutting. Cut only one quilted sandwich at a time. What a great idea. Oh my gosh, we got to show this. So what you're going to do is you're going to layer your quilt sandwich ahead of time. You're going to quilt it. You're going to have your quilt sandwich quilted. Then you're going to lay it down on the cutter and you're going to cut it. And it's all quilted, ready to go. What a fabulous idea. And then on the back here, like They have appliques with some hearts, some snowflakes on the little oven mitt there too you can do. So Accuquilt's really good at coming up with ideas for you to do stuff with. So, and it even gives you the little tab on the end here for you to cut that. It cuts that tab out for you as well. So that's our oven mitt die. And remember, 10% credit back on all of your Accuquilt purchases. I feel like that's a big deal because some of these are some bigger ticket items. So after the Nutcracker, let's go down to Puppy. Let's do the Puppy one. Oh, here's our Puppy. Oh, I found the feather one. I found the feather printout, so we can go back to that one too eventually. But here's our Puppy die. So the Puppy gives you the puppy shape. It gives you the bone, the eyes, the mouth, and ears in different shapes. So dogs have different shapes ears. So it gives you like several different ears to choose from. So a floppy ear, a pointed ear. Again, these all have those embroidery designs available for you to applique all this down. So that's a really cute one for our puppy lovers out there. And you can really, and I love the batiks fabrics on these. Those turn out really great with this type of this kind of die. So that's our puppy die. We all love our puppies out there. Let's go back to that feather die. Look how pretty this is. So this gives you the different shapes for your feathers. So it gives you feathers that are straight on for maybe the top of the feather here for that little like 3 feather look there. If you're going to make a flower, you can do a flower like that with it. Or if you want to do like a feather wreath, it gives you that curved shaped feather for you all the way around. We love feathers in our quilting, but this is the feathers die, and the embroidered design is available for this too. Kippy, so Kippy asked how Autumn is. Autumn is my little pit bull mix dog. She was really sick. She had a really bad cough. She was coughing all day, all night. I felt so terrible for her. I took her to the vet. The vet said it might be her time because she's like 12, 13 years old. I don't know how, I've had her for maybe like 10, 11 years. I don't know how old she was when I got her. But she's been my little saving grace these past 10 years, my little buddy at home. But she's sick, but the vet said it might be time, and I wasn't ready. We weren't ready. So she's still here with us. She's on a medication to help with the cough, and she's improving. Last night, she didn't cough hardly at all. So thank you for all the prayers for my little Miss Autumn. I'll be devastated when it is actually her time. But I know we all have our animals at home that keep us company and stuff like that. So thank you for asking. That's my little Autumn girl. I don't have my phone on me, or I'd show you a picture of her, but she's just a little like 35-pound pit bull mix. She's the sweetest thing. And she's great with everyone. There's not a mean bone in that little girl's body. I just love her to death. I just go home and kiss her on the face as soon as I get home. So thanks for asking. Yeah, that's my little girl Autumn. She's still here, and hopefully she's kind of making a recovery. So yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, there are members of the family, those little rascals. So yeah, that's the feather die. What's after the feather one? Which got in the line? Butterfly. Okay, this I thought was neat. We oftentimes get fabric with butterflies in, and you guys really seem to like the butterflies. So I got this. I found this die on their website. So it has the shapes for the different butterfly wings, so the top and bottom, as well as the body of the butterfly. If you want to make a butterfly, again, the applique embroidery designs are available for this as well, and so you can applique those butterflies right down. But I thought this was a really pretty one. And they oftentimes work with different designers. I can't read what that name is. But that's one of their designers. So that's the butterfly die. I don't know how to say that name. Adita Sitar, maybe? But that's their butterfly die. I just thought you guys might like to see the butterfly because oftentimes when we have butterfly fabric, it sells very well for us. So that is our butterfly die. Butterflies are symbols of rebirth and new beginnings. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Louise. So that's our butterfly die. Oh, this home die. I thought this was really cute too. This is kind of a whimsical home die. Look at this guy. So gives you the pieces and shapes to do. Now, Stacy Mitchell, I can see that one up there. So it gives you the house, the chimney, the roof line, a heart, trees, windows, and little whimsical type trees. Oh, there's a little sun point to do a little sun there too. Again, the applique embroidered designs are available for this die too. I thought this was super cute. Home by Stacy Mitchell. And just like a whimsical little house die. You could put incorporate it into a quilt, put it on a little tea towel, whatever you want to do with it. I just thought it was kind of a cute one. So that's the Go Home die by Stacy Mitchell, with the house, the roof line, the trees, a heart, a chimney, and a little shapes to make a starburst sun there. Snowflakes. Now, tis the season for snowflakes, right? And you could never, ever cut these out as perfect as they're cut out here. So this is the Go Snowflake die. And what I love about this is not only is it cut out, but look at like the insides are cut out. The outsides, there's different shapes of snowflakes. There are embroidery designs available for these as well. So you can cut those snowflakes out. You can applique them right down to get this really awesome looking snowflake. That I don't feel like you'd be able to achieve any other way. And if you had to like snip, we love our little snips to snip out applique, but having a die like this to cut the snowflakes out, I think is definitely a game changer with the snowflakes on this one. So that's the snowflake die. So the embroidery designs are free for everyone. You can go to their website, you go to the landing page of the design, and they are free. If you missed the first part of this video, we went over through the steps of how to go to the website, pull up the design, get it onto your stick, and put it in the machine. So tune in to the replay of this, of how to pull up the designs. We'll be doing again in future videos too, but any of the applique designs, those designs are free. The simple ones like the satin stitch motif is what we're calling it, and a blanket stitch. Those are the three free designs that are available to you on every applique Accuquilt die. Go Owl. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Okay, now this is I'm so excited about the owl die. Hold on. Okay, where's our owl die? Okay, here it is. Here's the owl die. Look at the owl die. Now, you might not get super excited about the owl, but let me show you what all you can do with it. This is one of their original dies, and I just think he's super cute. You get the body of the owl, and you get he's got the little horns up there too. You get little arm wings, you get eyeballs, and you get a beak, okay? And you can make an owl. And the applique designs, embroidered designs are available for this owl as well, okay? Now, hold on to your socks, because I'm going to show you what else you can do with this owl design, this owl die. So when I say Accuquilt has a lot of ideas for you to think outside the box with some of these designs, look at this quilt they made with this owl die. Now, everyone's going to want this die after you see this quilt. What you can do is not only can you make an owl, like up here at the top, but look, with that same owl die, with all the different shapes, you can make a bunny. You can make a raccoon. You can make a mouse, a little frog, a little pig, a little koala, a cow, and a squirrel. All just using that die. And those are just 9 other examples of ways you can use that owl die. I'm sure if you're creative and you can think outside the box with these shapes and things like that, play with the pieces, you can create more items or more animals. But this is available on Accuquilt's website. It is the owl die. I know, right? Super cute. I was so excited. This is the one I was looking forward to showing you guys, because I remember this was so much fun creating these little animals. So the owl is adorable. Love the owl. Hoo. Yes. Okay. Owl die. But the bunny, the raccoon. Look at a little bandit there. Little raccoon. The mouse. The frog. Look at him. And then the pig, I love the quality. The cow, who doesn't love a little heifer, right? And then our squirrel, yep, just using the shapes. You could stack these embroidery designs into the machine and get the pieces arranged in other ways. We might be doing something with this in the future as one of our lessons, but I just thought like it just is something fun and cute to do. Kids would love this with placing the pieces. And with that hot fix adhesive, you wouldn't necessarily have to stitch it all down. I also see a hippopotamus. Yes, thank you, Kitty. Thanks. Yes, you got it. Yeah, yeah. You can get your hippopotamus for Christmas. But you can just think outside the box with the owl die and create things. And with that hot fix adhesive, you wouldn't necessarily have to stitch it down. So if you have kids, you could cut out different shapes and things like that. Have them work with you to put these little things together. So definitely get yourself an owl die. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. But there's the owl die with all the shapes. But who knew you could create something so fun with just that one die and all these different shapes and animals and stuff too. So I'm really excited about that. So Moo Moo Subaru. Good, good. I'm glad you guys are having fun with this. So that is our little Accuquilt owl die, and it's just one of the smaller dies you can run through to cut those out. So. Sewing machine. Oh, train die. Okay, train. I like this one for little kids. If you want to put together, there's a lot on this die. This is a bigger die. This one has your different train pieces here. So there's a caboose, some cars in the middle, your engine. You could make like a table runner or a wall hanging or a kid's quilt. Remember, you have 10% credit back on all these items. But this is the Go Train die. So it has the different shapes that you need, the little wheels, so you can create a train. And you can keep making this train go. You can make it a real long train, a short train. But I thought that was a cute one for kids if you want to make a baby quilt or something like that. We're always trying to find ideas of things to make for kids. Then now's the time, Jennifer. Really get yourself that cutter. You'll be really pleased with it. So that's the Go Train die with all the different shapes in the train. So that's a fun one too. Sewing machine die. I'd be remiss if I didn't show you guys the sewing machine die. We're all die-hard sewers out there, or at least we hope we are. So here's our sewing machine die. So it gives you the base of the sewing machine as well as like the pieces. So there's the accessory tray, some buttons for thread and spool pin, some buttons for the front of the machine so you can kind of have fun laying these out. The embroidered designs are also available for this as well. What size is a baby quilt? Kind of depends what kind of quilt you're going for, but I would say 40 by 40, maybe the baby size quilt. Sometimes baby quilts are square, but I'd say something 40 by 40. Think of like tummy time, lay a quilt down for tummy time, something like that. And you can, but this is our Go sewing machine die. I thought it was really cute for us sewing lovers out there. And it's this size. It's this size matte die, so it's a nice size sewing machine for that with the applique dies. Another really popular one that we had was the spring medley. So this has a little baby chick, a bunny, an egg, and an Easter basket. So Easter's coming up right around the corner for us. So this is our Go Spring Medley die. All of the shapes are applicable with those free embroidery designs available. So again, you'll get the bunny, you'll get the egg, you'll get the basket and the chick. I'm hoping Accuquilt is able to come through with the trunk show to show you guys some great samples of this. We always know samples really help us sell the product. It really gets us inspired of what we can do with some of these items. So so this is the Go Spring Medley die there. Sea life. Okay, we have a lot of Floridians, a lot of beachgoers, a lot of sand and sun people out there loving the ocean. This is our sea life medley. So it gets you a little crab, a little fish, a little starfish, and a seahorse. Again, these are all applicable with this free download design from Accuquilt's website. So I love little crab. It gives you the eye as well for all the little animals. So there's an eye for the crab, an eye for the fish, an eye for the seahorse. But you don't want to put an eye on your starfish. I don't think starfish have eyes. So, and you know what? I feel like I does the dies come with the mat? No. The dies themselves do not come with a mat. You have to get a mat separate for a lot of the dies, but the dies are universal, or the mats are universal. So as long as the mat covers the die, you can use that mat with all the different dies. So that's why they sell them separate. If they gave you a mat with each die, you'd have so many mats that you don't need. So that's why the mats are sold separately for this. I feel like I am a starfish like rescuer. I'm on their rescue team. Anytime I go to the beach and I see a starfish and it's out of the water, I'm on a mission to scoop that up and get it back in the ocean. It could have been dead for days. I don't care. I'm getting that thing back in the ocean because I feel like I've done my part. Because that little helpless starfish needs to be saved. So if you're out there like me, I'm scooping that little guy up and getting him back in the ocean. So that always reminds me when I see a starfish. So dinosaur medley, another thing for kids with these appliques. Kids love dinosaurs. Let me tell you what, you find a 3-4-year-old, they'll tell you every name of every dinosaur out there, and they'll be accurate with what it is. So what is this? I know these ones. That's a Bronchiosaurus, right? Bronchiosaurus? I'm gonna go. So the dinosaurs that I know was the Land Before Time. Anyone remember that movie, Land Before Time? That's the dinosaurs I know. So that's like a Brachiosaurus, something like that. Looks like we got a Stegosaurus and maybe a T-Rex there. So again, these come with those applique designs available as a free download from Accuquilt's website. And they give you the little eyeball. Look at the little eyeball that you can cut out. They don't miss a beat with these. And then all the dinosaurs out there. So I love that. Then Brontosaurus. I know, I love the Land Before Time. Yeah. I'd love to see it again. So, and I'm a Wizard of Oz lover. I love the Wizard of Oz. I love all this wicked stuff. So one of my friends, they found a VHS tape of the Wizard of Oz, and they wrapped it as a present and gave it to me. So I'd have like a bit of nostalgia with a VHS tape of Wizard of Oz. So I'm thinking, like, I got this VHS tape now. I'm gonna have to go find a VCR so I can watch this movie. And I'll tell you a little funny story about the Wizard of Oz and myself. I love the Wizard of Oz so much. I came home every day from school, from kindergarten, and watched the Wizard of Oz. I watched the Wizard of Oz so much, I wore out a VHS tape of the Wizard of Oz. It broke. My parents had to buy a new VHS tape because I wore it out watching the Wizard of Oz so much. I was that into it. And then my grandparents thought it would be nice to take me to a live showing of the Wizard of Oz. And during the entire live presentation, I was saying the line of the character before they said it. So my grandfather had to hold his hand over my mouth during the show because I wouldn't stop saying the lines, and I think the people in front of us were getting upset. So he had to hold his hand over my mouth because I kept saying the line ahead of time before the character. So anyways, but yeah. So I don't know how I got off on that little tangent about Land Before Time, Wizard of Oz. But anyways, yeah, we love those kids movies when we were kids. What about this one? Has it got this one in there? This one is called Fall Medley. This one's a little off season. We're not ready for this one just yet, but this is not in there? That's okay. We'll come back to it. We've got more shows to do, but this is one, I thought it's just a really popular die with the leaf shapes and the pumpkin that you can do a lot with the applique. So we'll come back to this one at another time for us. So, strip cutters. Oh yes, my strip cutters. Okay. Someone was asking about strip cutters. That's what I love. Strip cutters in Accuquilt because you can cut your strips out and they're perfectly straight. So I have a bunch of different sizes of strip cutters here to show you guys. We're gonna start with do that 1 inch, 1.5. I don't think, yeah, that one there. I don't think I have that one over here, but I wonder if it's next door to show, because we kind of need that one to show if we can. We'll come back to that one. I think Kate's on.
1 and 1.5.
That's like the value strip cutter. It's got like a bunch of different sizes on it. That's sometimes nice to have. Let's see if we can get that one over here. If not, no big deal. But let's go on to the 1.5 inch strip cutter. See, I have all the strip cutters and love them all. This is great. So this is one of the smaller ones. This is a 1.5 inch strip cutter. So it's going to cut 5 1-inch strips. Excuse me, 5 1.5 inch strips that finish at 1 inch. So they do this for you. So strip cutter, it's just like you're cutting your fabric at 1.5 inches. And then when you incorporate it into your project, you're losing 1/4 inch on each side. So that's why they're saying it's a 1 inch finished. Is that the one we got in there? Yep. Okay. Yes, love. Thank you for everyone making those comments. Love those strip dyes. It just helps solidify what I'm saying here with why I love them too. So this is 5 strips, 1.5 inch. You can fan fold your fabric, stack those layers up, and you will cut a ton of 1.5 inch strips with this. You get one big mat, and it works for all of these strip cutters. So this is the 1.5 inch strip cutter, a nice popular size. We have the 2-inch strip cutter. So if you need a border at a 2 inch, this one's available. So you'll get 4 strips out of this one. Is that it there? Okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay, perfect. So this is a 2-inch strip cutter. So you get 4 2-inch strips that cut here. And they work wonderfully for cutting those strips of fabric out. And remember, you're getting 10% credit back on all of these items. So you're getting a nice chunk of credit back. Next is the 2.5 inch strip cutter. So this is the most popular one. Oh, here it is. So it's this one here. This is what it looks like out of the package. So I'd like to demo how to cut strips. Maybe we can do that at the end. But I just want to show you guys how I cut strips. There's a certain technique to it I like to point out, and I can kind of go over that. Kate, that bolt of fabric, can I get like a 27-inch piece of that white fabric that I had, or did I bring that over?
There's pink fabric over there.
If there's a bolt of fabric, I don't care what it is, anything. I just need 27 inches would be great. Oh, that pink's good. We'll use that. That's great. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to cut the strips. Sorry for this question, but what was the pink fabric to be used for? We received in one of our Ampen boxes that was included. That is a great question, Fran.
For the Carpenter Star, I believe.
For the Carpenter Star.
I don't know what the pink or red was for, but it's
Can we make a note to reach out to Fran? Okay, we'll get you taken care of, Fran. 2.5 inch strip cutter. This is the most popular strip cutter because of binding. We cut our bindings at maybe 2.5 inches, and I'm going to cut some binding today on this 2.5 inch strip cutter. So we're going to come back to that. So this is the 2.5 inch most popular one. This comes in those Ready, Set, Go bundles because this is the most popular. Okay. Next size up is our 3-inch strip cutter. So here's 3-inch. So this will cut 3-inch. Perfect. Thank you so much. This will cut 3-inch strips of fabric. No, there's a different pink print. Okay, we'll get that figured out for your friend. I'm gonna have someone get back to you here. So this is the 3-inch strip cutter.
Oh, if it's the one with the flowers, it's the lining for the tote bag.
Lining for the tote bag, Fran. Lining for the tote bag. If it's pink,
yellow, or green.
You either got pink, yellow, or green. It's the lining for the totes. That tote panel you got, that's the lining fabric for that. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, we'll still figure that out. So 3-inch strip cutters in the bubble. This cuts 3-inch strips. Next is our 3.5 inch. So this will get you 2 3.5 inch strips of fabric. So if you want demo bias, please. Okay, we'll demo the bias as well. 3.5 inch strip cutter for this one. And the next one I have here is the 4.5 inch. So for a 4-inch border, 4.5-inch here. And you can cut these all the same way that I'm going to demo with the strip cutter here as well. So that's the strip cutter 4.5-inch. You kind of want to start collecting all the strip cutters. I feel like they're just great to have if you cut borders and things like that for your quilts. It just makes it so much easier. Everything's perfect. It's not so much stress. And if you miscut with your fabric, it's not good. This, you just lay the fabric on, put it through the machine, and it'll work every time for you. So those are some of our strip cutters. Now, Accuquilt offers some value dies that allow you to cut multiple sizes. So this is a nice one. This gives you a 1-inch, a 1.5, and a 2, all on one board. What is the time frame for receiving the Master and IQ Designer? So those were just released in January, at the beginning of the year. We have them on order. They shipped from Baby Lock, so they'll be going out any day now. Those Master and IQ video series. It was a pre-order for December. They were released first part of January. I placed our order back in December, so they're all on our way here. So you guys will be getting those momentarily, those Master and IQ Designer videos. So thanks for asking, Linda, checking in about that. This is one of the value dies that cuts different size shapes. You get a 1-inch, a 1.5, and a 2-inch, all on one board, which is kind of nice. It's like a 3-in-1 to cut strips. And again, if you don't want to cut the other size, you just only cover the part that you want to cut, okay? Shall we demo the strip cutter? Let's do that. Let's demo how to cut some strips.
Can the new IQ book relate to the Solaris thing?
Yes, if you have IQ Designer, My Design Center, either Brother or Baby Lock machine, either one, no matter which machine it is, Destiny, Dream Machine, Altair, Meridian, Solaris, Radiance, Avenir, they will all utilize that. You can utilize that video series for all of the machines that have IQ Designer. There's some features that are in the Solaris or in the Radiance that aren't quite in the Altair, Meridian, Destiny, the ones that are the previous version, but you can still utilize it and get a lot out of it with that. So yes, definitely relatable, definitely a great resource if you have the Solaris Vision with that video series. We can throw that in the bubble too if anyone hasn't gotten it yet. We'll throw that in the bubble. So you guys, if you haven't gotten that chance to get it, yeah, we'll throw it in the bubble here. So let's learn a little bit about cutting strips before we go. What time is it?
You're good. You can keep going.
You can keep going? Okay.
I didn't think you were showing
Okay. I'll just keep talking. We'll go all day here. It'll be dinner time before I get done. So where's our strip? Okay. So we have our fabric. So I like to cut 27 inches of fabric. Now this is just straight grain binding strips. The bias, I can show you that too. We can do two. So hang on tight for a little more demo in here. So we have our fabric here, and this is straight grain. And then let's find our okay, so here's our 2.5-inch strip cutter. And this is to get the most bang for your buck out of cutting all the layers of fabric here. So let's look at a couple things on this die. Let's zoom in here a little bit, and I'm going to turn it this way so they can see. So let's zoom into like this area right up here, okay? Okay, so you can see so there's lines here where you can see where the blades are. There's like a split in the foam. That's where your blades are. And if you push on that, you can feel the blade kind of down in there, okay? there's a black line across the top here. That's important to us. This is the top of our die when we're cutting strips. We want to look at it that way. Now, if you look at the bottom of this die, there's no line down there. I mean, there's this line here, but that's the 90-degree line. It isn't like a placement line for us to cut strips, okay? So when you lay your fabric, you're going to utilize this line up here. If you look real close up here, like in this area, zoom in a little bit up there so we can see. Do that. Do you see how the, oops, sorry. Okay, perfect. You see how the separation of the blade here extends beyond that line? That's important because we're going to line our fabric up on this line here so the blade extends a little bit past there, okay? We're going to take our fabric and we have the folded edge. The folded edge of your fabric is going to go up on that line. So I'm taking my fabric here, and I can see where that blade is on this side. I'm just covering that blade a little bit. And you want the fold of the fabric to be right in line with that black line. Keep it below it, keep it just below it. You don't want to cover it up because you want a clean cut all the way through the top of that, okay? So then what I like to do is just hold on here, and I'm going to fan fold the fabric. So we're going to pull the fabric this way. And you want to do it so it's just overlapping a little bit. Let's see if I can do it a little better. Hold down here. We're going to fold that over. And like with anything new, when you're working with it, you'll get faster at it, you'll get better, you'll get more confident. So you want to make sure that this side, you're covering that blade. You can see where that blade is there. Cover that blade there. And then fold this back again. And 27 inches is a little generous. You might have a little excess on the sides, but I feel like the 27 inches just allows you to have a little wiggle room when you're fan folding. If you get better at this, you might be able to use a little bit less fabric, but I kind of like the 27 inches. So we have our fabric right up against that black line there. The fold is up there, and I'm going to take our mat and we're just going to cover that up. Okay? Let's just set this off to the side. Let's get our cutter up here. So I'm going to use our Go Big Electric. I like this one the best. So open that up. We're going to take our die catcher. We're going to put that at the end here. Remember, the power supply can fit right in here. I'll show you how that works again. Take your power supply. There's a spot for the cord to go in right there. You put the power supply in its little housing right there, and then take the cord out through the other side. We'll go ahead and plug that in, and then put your little back over top, and it goes right there to catch the die. We'll go ahead and turn it on. And remember, the black line is at the top. The black line is up there. That's where the fold is. Can you put die catcher in bubble? Yes. That's the die catcher that's in the bubble right now is for the Go Big Electric. That's this piece over here. You're going to take your strip cutter, just get it started, and let it go. And it's going to start going through. Can we do another 27 inches, Kate? I think it's 27. Maybe it's 18. We'll we'll find out. If it's cut 27 for now. If it's too big, then I can always cut it down. Okay, so it went through effortlessly, no cranking, everything went right through. There's static electricity buildup, so just rub this like this. Take that die and just slide it off like this, okay? And then pull away the sides. And then now what we've got is perfect rows of, I think it's 18. Is it 18? Okay, Deb, thanks for that. Do you get 10% on the catcher? You sure do. Yeah, do 18. I knew it was either 27 or 18. So that perfectly stripped. And then the nice thing I like is that when you hold them up here, they're perfectly straight. They don't have that like sometimes when you cut them, they're just perfectly straight this way. Magic, I know. And then if you want to cut oh, thank you. Year of pink, right? Yes, use pink. So what is the color of the year? I forget what the color of the year is. Can you address the diagonal lines on the strips? Ray, you read my mind. You read my mind, Ray. I'm going to show you that something too with that. So let's talk about this. I think I'm doing this right. Well, we're going to find out here in a second. So I have these strips here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay. When we attach binding strips together, you need a 45 angle to attach them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my fabric on the 45 line like this, okay? I'm going to lay my fabric on the 45 line like that. And then this other part, I'm just going to like do that with it. So here, let's talk about this again. Where'd my little pointer tool go? Oh, I lost it. That's okay. I'll use this. So here's the blade right back here. Okay, so our fabric is beyond the blade. This corner here is beyond the blade. And I have our fabric lined up on the 45 on this side over here. Let's zoom out just a tiny bit. So our fabric, we're going to utilize this blade right here. And our fabric is on the 45. And we're going to cut this section right here so we get that angle for when we put the binding strips together. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm not going to use the big mat. I only want to cover the lines that I want to cut. I don't want to cover this line over here because I don't want to cut my binding off that way. I just want to cut this portion right here. So I'm just going to cover this portion up. I have the fabric kind of laid off to the side there. So we're going to take this die and we're going to put it through. And just cut that portion. Keep going through. Yeah, it's called giving it some love. Okay, so we're going to give it some love. And now we're going to take that away. And now those are cut for you to sew them together. So you have the 45 here, and you have the 45 here to sew your binding strips together. So you can sew them like this. So there's your 45 cut for you. You're going to do your 1/4 inch and then open that up and you're going to get them perfectly cut together, okay? So that's something that the 45 line can do on these die boards, okay? Hopefully that made sense. You lay it on the 45 and you just cut that one portion. It'll cover the mat where you want it to cut, and then you have these perfectly cut for that. So those are some strips. Now, we had a request for bias binding. So let's take a look at that. So I moved the cutter out of the way because getting this fabric prepped in the right way is important to get those bias bindings cut strips. So we have 18 inches of fabric here, and let's do the overhead and zoom out as far as we can here with this. He's coming in for a visit. Okay. They didn't even know you were here, Tommy. Nope, that's good. That's good. So, is that far out as we can go? Okay, let's like show this one side. Okay, so this one side, we're gonna take the one side and we're gonna fold it like this. Okay, fold it like that. So we just match that edge there like that. So we folded this one up. We're gonna take the other side over here and we're gonna fold it down like that. Okay. And then from here, do I fold this in? I think I fold this in like this. So fold that one in there. You just repeat the same thing but the opposite on each side. So we're going to fold that one into there. Fold this one into here maybe. So I know this is right. I know this part is right. Now this next part, just fold it in like that. Let's fold this one in like that.
Fold in half, Carol said.
Fold in half.
Like this?
Like hot dog or hamburger. Carol demoed this. Yeah. And from there, Carol, I don't think you can, I don't think you can, you can't. So I swore you folded this in. You fold this one in somehow. That's not making sense to me.
Like this?
We'll, I don't want to show you the wrong way. I'm going to study up on this. And we're going to do this again next week to do the bindings. I did it with Carol just the other day and doing this, but we'll
She said,
no, no, yeah. So I try to do on the fly, on the spot. I put myself on the spot. You know how that happens. Doesn't always work. So we'll come back to this. I'll study up on this. It's going to be so easy. It's going to be so easy. I'm going to feel like so silly when I look at how to do it. I should have looked up ahead of time, but yeah, we'll work on this. But you can definitely cut them on the bias. Kara and I did it the other day, so you get the stretchy ones to go around curves and stuff like that too. So we'll come back to this. So is that it for today?
we have mats and cubes if you want.
Okay, we might as well, yeah. So mats, people are talking about mats. Let's go through some of the mats. What do we got there? Fold in half long way, then put
Yeah,
it
at
on
the
die.
top, like this. Like, okay.
Watch replay.
I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think Carol was saying, like this,
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Carol, right?
Yep. Fold in the origami. Then let's fold this in maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what to do from there.
Okay. Fold that in. Fold this in. I think we're on to something. We're on it.
Have to be.
We got it. Okay.
Have to be.
Okay. So. Okay. So
She
we're gonna
said
do.
yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So okay, do that. And this, I feel like this center fold is gonna get me screwed up. So I want to press that out real quick. Okay. So I'm going to press that fold out real quick. Let's try this again. Okay, let's get rid of that.
This is from Carol. Looks like we got it.
Okay, let's get that iron heated up for a second. I feel like that fold, not that this is like a major project we're working on here. So, okay, so there's that. Let's get this fold pressed out a little bit. I think it'll help us. So, thank you. I need all the encouragement I get right now. So that's good. Okay, let's get that kind of pressed out there a little bit. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Okay, so we're going to fold one down. We're going to fold one up. Okay. And then we're going to fold in half here, like that. We're going to fold this one in. And we're going to fold this one in. Okay. We're just going to go with it and see what happens here. Okay. So I did some folds. Did you guys see how I folded it? Folded it in half that way. Now we're going to fold these guys in.
This is right. This is super right.
Correct, correct. Oh, great. Okay. And then we're going to fold that one in this way. Let's get our mat here. Get this up on top here. So I think it might be easier to do it while it's on the board here. Let's try that. Because the board foam is kind of sticky a little bit to help hold your fabric in place. So we're gonna do it on the board this way like this. And then we're gonna fold this part up like that. Oh, this is probably painful watching me do this. Fold that up. Okay. And then I don't feel bubbles underneath there. Feel for bubbles. Fold this in. Fold this one in. Okay. And we're on that line up there with the fold. Okay. It looks a little wonky, but we'll find out here. Let's go and cut this up. Too complicated, especially when you don't know what you're doing, trying to figure it out. It'll get better, Davey, I promise. So we're going to cover that up there. Slide this over a little bit. We'll get ourselves plugged in. Turn on our fold. First folds should be parallel to blades. I hope they are. We're going to see what happens here. We'll run this through. I have to check my notes for this all the time. Okay, good. I feel like I'm not the only one out there with this. Okay. We're going to give it some love. I'm going to slide that off. Take away the sides here. And we have, oh, look, they are stretchy. Yep. You're not supposed to get right angles. I did something wrong. So, incorrect. Best of luck to you next time, right? Yes. We'll revisit this. not my best performance there, right? So don't worry, have no fear. We're gonna come back to it, and we'll figure that out for sure, and we'll bring you a good demonstration of it next time. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's don't do as I do for that one. Yeah. So I'll work on that. I'll master that skill. It'll be so smooth and flawless. You'll think it's so easy next time we go to do it together. So thank you all so much. We're so happy you guys are here. We're so happy to carry Accuquilt again. Fold the points in tighter last step. Thank you, Carol. Carol, when you get back, you're gonna have to show me how to do it. I'm gonna work on doing that. But again, thank you all so much for here. We hope you guys have fun with the videos that we do. We love doing it. But get yourself some Accuquilt items. We're gonna keep focusing on Accuquilt. It's just one of the tools in our that we have available to us, a resource to make things easier for us. But remember, those designs are free downloads from Accuquilt website for their applique designs. Anything you order today is going to get that extra 10% credit back. So don't be afraid. Go ahead and get some new stuff for the new year. If you didn't get what you wanted for Christmas, now's the time to get it for yourself. And we're going to do today's Tuesday, so maybe Tuesdays at noon. I'm taking up Tiffany's spot. We'll find a time slot on our schedule for us to do an Accuquilt show every week. Next week is going to be our towel topper. I promise you that. And I'm going to back to you, and we're going to master this bias binding strip. So again, we all thank you so much. We don't have any more shows today, so you got me today. I was happy to be here and stuff. So keep sewing. We'll send out those fun facts about sewing and stuff like that. We'll post that on our website or something too. So thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow with Kimberbell. And remember, Baby Lock's going to be here tomorrow. Tim Schomburg and Mitzi, our new sales rep, are going to be here. We're going to throw them on the show whether they like it or not, and we're going to introduce them to you. So you guys are going to meet some of the hires up in Baby Lock and stuff like that too. So again, thank you all so much. Fill up those carts. Go ahead and check out. Earn that 10% credit back. And again, we thank you for all that you do for us. It keeps us going here. So again, thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.